I was telling a story about how Ben came over and he was watching the end of Breaking Bad, and I was watching Barter Kings, and I was pointing out this chick Kendall, who is on the show, and she's one of the cast members, and I was saying how I thought she was hot, and Ben basically looked up at her just out of the corner of his eye. I was like, she looks like Eddie Furlong. Now, in Ben's defense, well, Ben,
from Terminator 2.
From Terminator 2, not the Eddie Furlong of today.
She has the same haircut.
Right.
Which works for a girl because he's a cute guy.
The haircut, what does it matter if he's a cute guy? The haircut is, you're not saying her face looks like him or her.
That's not what I was saying. No, the haircut, yeah.
So before we dig ourselves into a bigger hole here, we're talking about the haircut. So
she knows she's a good-looking person.
We basically went to Twitter, and I sent a tweet to her, and she is at Barter Kings lady, and I basically said, "Hey,
Ben says you look like Eddie Furlong."
No, we talked about the hot Barter Kings lady on the podcast." Mm-hmm. She listened to the show and then tweeted back a picture of Eddie Furlong on a motorcycle to us, which I thought was pretty awesome. I mean,
that was funny.
And what an awesome sense of humor. So we took it a step further and we asked her our guest questions. We asked her to look at the questions, answer them, and record them and send the answers back to us, just hoping she would do it. And she did. So I'm going to play those answers for you here at the end of the podcast. Before I do play those answers, I just want to once again say Ben did start a new Twitter account. He is at HeyMyBen. I am still at StuperDave Inc. And the podcast Twitter is at HeyMyMan2012. The email is HeyMyManPodcast@gmail.com. And we also have a Facebook account and Butterfly Radio account. So you could find us and get in touch with us. And again, hopefully for next week, I'm going to put a list of the topics we plan to talk about early so you guys can see that. And maybe you guys can go to the Butterfly Radio, the email, however, and chime in on something so we can add your comments to the actual show and we can basically comment on your comments. So do you have anything else?
No.
We have nothing else. We'll see you guys next week, and I will leave you with Kendall's answers to our guest questions.
Best celebrity mustache: Salvador Dali or Vincent Price. I like them creepy. Ugliest athlete. Not a lot of athletes are very attractive. If you would have asked stupidest or worst attempt at rapping, that would have been really easy. But probably the Williams sisters. I feel bad saying that, but I'm sorry. It's like the Wayans brothers in White Chicks. Worst human being: whoever invented Crocs, because if you're not a baby or an old woman gardening, then you should not be wearing them, period. Best organized crime movie: that is really hard because I'm Italian, so I obviously love mobster movies, but I also have an obsession with Mexican gangster movies like American Me or Blood In, Blood Out. Goodfellas, The Godfather. Also, Leon, the Professional. A lot of people don't know about that, but it's a really good movie, and it's Natalie Portman, really, really young. It's excellent. American History X is great. Best kids cereal: I love cereal very much. I don't really eat all the sugar stuff anymore, but best kids cereal for sure: Lucky Charms, Fruity Pebbles, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Delicious. Grossest thing you've ever put in your mouth? Actually, on set at Barter Kings, we went to lunch at an airport, and they had something called like gobbly wobbles or something, and inevitably they're cow balls. So we all had to taste them because when are we gonna get to eat them? So we tried them and said fuck it. They didn't taste gross. They just pretty much tasted like they were fried, but definitely knowing what it was really disgusting. Regular thing that's really gross to me is Sprouts. It's disgusting. They smell like bleach to me, and it will completely ruin something. Favorite member of the 1986 World Champion Mets? If it's not Boston or LA, I don't care. That's my way of saying I have no fucking idea. Most overrated rock band: Red Hot Chili Peppers, U2. I cannot stand either one of those. Red Hot Chili Peppers have been making the same album for 10 years, and Bono is really is over the top. We get it. We get it. You want to help everybody. We understand. Now make some songs that don't suck. Best character in a movie, TV show, or book? This was probably the hardest question for me because I read. I know, so surprising. B, movies are everything. I love movies, and I love a bunch of TV shows. For movie, Jack Nicholson in The Shining as Jack Torrance. Probably the most beautifully unhinged character in cinema history. Pretty much in anything. I mean, he blows people away as the Joker in the first Batman, which is excellent. Excellent movie. Orson Welles in Citizen Kane. Angelica Houston in The Addams Family. For TV show, I love Arrested Development. So Tobias Funke. Also Jessica Lange in American Horror Story. Pff, amazing. Just beyond. She's so good. Oh, also Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs, because what people don't know is that his actual on-screen speaking time was only 16 minutes. And I mean, when you think about that movie, that's the first person you think about. But in reality, he was only on screen for 16 minutes in the entire movie. For book, by far, Patrick Bateman in American Psycho. I mean, that is probably the most disturbing character, and he's just excellent. Bret Easton Ellis just wrote that superbly. Next question. Old Becky, new Becky. Who the fuck is Becky? But I don't know. The only thing I know about Becky is in an LL Cool J song, and he said she's got a big old butt. Worst foreign accent in a television show or a movie? Keanu Reeves in Stoker's Dracula. Nicolas Cage in pretty much anything. If even him doing a normal accent, he's just absolutely ridiculous. Oh, Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins trying to do a British accent. It was it was embarrassing. Trying to do like a Cockney accent, and stop it. Best book ever read. I'm a huge Bukowski fan, so pretty much anything Bukowski, whether it's his poetry or his novels. Ham on Rye and Women are my favorites. There's so many good books, so that's hard. Worst food for women to order on a first date. Why would you eat on a first date? No, I'm just kidding. Anything with your hands. So like if you're eating wings, or I mean even soft tacos for that matter. Or in LA, we have a place called the Boiling Shrimp, which is kind of Cajun food. And that's probably a really bad thing to eat on your first date, because A, you're eating with your fingers, like squeezing things out of shells and getting all under your nails, and you'll smell of garlic for about a week. So I wouldn't recommend that. Most annoying song? Pretty much everything in mainstream pop culture. No, I don't know. I mean, there's a ton of stuff I don't like, but to each their own. John Goodman, simply put, is fucking great. Fuck it, dude. Let's go bowling.